Yes, man. Like
Yeah.
this was a good convo, man. Like this was good. No, this was good. This was good.
I appreciate that. Super validating. So yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate your time today.
Thanks, man. And you're good.
I
You
wish
got good
you.
questions, and you do a good, like, you get deep. Like, I like that. I like that. You get deep.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time today. Can you tell the people your name?
So my name is Akini Davidson.
Right. And so, what do you do? What is the best version of you? What do you do? Like, how do you
Uh,
want to introduce yourself?
the way I want to introduce myself, the best version of me is, I would say I'm an artist. I'm a creative. I would that's what I think I would define myself as, or that's what I would like to be known as, a
Right.
creative or an artist, someone who creates. And yeah, just an artist, I guess. Yeah, it's the best version of me is when I'm creating or when I'm
That's
acting, or
perfect.
doing something like that.
So acting is like your first. That's your first passion, or
Yeah, like, honestly, like, acting is definitely my first passion, because my parents, back when I was young, they I don't know what this was, but they paid for, like, a Barney. You remember the show Barney? Yeah, they paid for, like, this thing where you actually, like, it's like, as a baby they cut your face out, like, from a picture, and they put
right.
you on one of the kids, in Barney. So
I think I remember something like that. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Like, did you
yeah.
have
So
like
I don't
the purple like VCR VHS?
exactly. You remember purple VCR with, like, orange around it? Yeah. But
Exactly.
yeah, like, I don't know how much they paid for that, but I honestly feel like that was the beginning of it. Like, that was
Right.
the beginning of my love for acting and film. Yeah.
All right. So like, yeah. So if you were to act, would you prefer to act in like TV, film, like theater? Right.
Well, actually, that's an interesting question, because it is, because film, TV, and theater are different, right? Because on theater, you're kind of like on the spot. You got to remember everything, and you can't mess up. Like, I saw a Broadway show in New York, and I was just, like, blown away. I was like, dang, like, these guys got to go up there for, like, 2 hours, sing,
Oh
dance,
yeah.
remember everything. Like, so that's, like, a different level of acting. So I like that, but I would like to do, like, movies and TV, because that's just kind of what I grew up on and what
Right.
I know the best. But I do like theater a lot, for sure,
Right.
for sure.
I do like theater. Definitely is. It's very different because you don't have like the camera is not right into your face. You don't have the full control, right? So
Yeah,
it's a lot more
exactly.
physical, right? So and it's a lot more freestyle for sure. It has like a lot of
Yeah,
improv to it too,
yeah,
right?
exactly. Like, if you mess up, you got to catch it on the fly and
Yeah,
fix it. If not, you're just floundering. You can mess up your lines in a movie, but
yeah.
yeah. So yeah,
All right, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. What is
yeah.
your favorite old movie?
Dang. Oh my god, man! Favorite
I'm digging
old
into
movie?
your brain right now.
Oh my god, favorite old movie. Dang. Okay. Um. So that's hard to. Okay, I'll pick one. My favorite old movie is probably, like, Taxi Driver by
Taxi.
Scorsese. Yeah,
Okay, that's a really good answer actually.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. That's probably it. I think of all the older movies, I think Taxi Driver is one of the ones that kind of speaks to, like, it's still very relevant, and probably more relevant today than
Oh
even
yeah.
back then. Like, the
Oh yeah.
implications of it. Yeah, I just think it's just brilliant, and I feel like there's a lot of, even though Travis Bickle is obviously a villain and an evil character, I feel like there's a lot of all of us, like, just humans in Travis Bickle, like the loneliness
Oh
and
yeah. 100%.
channeled into aggression and anger. So yeah, I think that's got to be it. That's got to be my favorite
That's a
old.
really I love your response, man, because it's like we having people who are just like perfect, flawless, good. That's not human, right?
Yeah,
One of the things that I've learned as I gotten older is that life isn't black and white. Most people are gonna have some level of something that they probably don't want to share to the world, right? That they're probably like, this is probably a bit dark, right? But
absolutely,
it's
absolutely,
still real. It's still human, and you want
absolutely.
to
It's
express
still,
that.
yeah, and the just the I feel like that sort of palpable, like, I like. Taxi Driver, like we were saying, it's kind of like it's a human movie. Like everybody could kind of relate, but I think especially guys,
Oh,
and
yeah.
like obviously, especially guys, can relate to that loneliness. That type of
Yeah.
loneliness in the movie, like the self-destructive type of lonely. I mean, there's even a part in the movie where, like the self-sabotaging type of loneliness. Like
100%.
there's even a part of the movie where he takes a girl to the porn theater, like, and the girl even likes him too,
Right.
right? And he takes her to this porn theater. Like he must have known that would have turned her off. So
Yeah.
I guess I just like the. It's a very honest and very true depiction of depression, loneliness, anxiety, rage. So yeah,
It's
it's got to be like my top 5 movies ever, definitely.
100%. I'm glad that you chose a Scorsese movie because Scorsese would have been okay. Because I do want to ask, who is your favorite like director of all time? Right.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
also going to ask afterwards, who's your favorite modern director? Right.
Okay, okay. Okay.
So who's your favorite director of all time? Would it be
Favorite
Scorsese?
director? No, it wouldn't be so. Well, he's like top 3, right? He's like top 5. I don't
Yeah.
even know, like top 2. He's got to be right, but like, I don't think he's. I don't think he's quite my favorite. Like, I think probably the ones that are jumping out to me is like Kubrick,
Right.
um, Kubrick, Fincher,
Right. Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
as like that. Like, I feel like it's very like I have a very entry level, taste in
It's
directors and
not
stuff,
entry
but
level, like because like, I feel like after a certain point, it's kind of like it's like the Dunning Kruger effect, right?
yeah,
It's like at first, like you're just like liking it because you're like, oh man, this is exciting, it's good, right?
yeah,
But then as you get more into like film and production, you're like, oh, there's a reason why I like this so much. There's a reason why this
yeah,
is still the test of time the way it does.
absolutely.
Right? Because like
Absolutely.
even with Taxi Driver, for example, the fact
Yeah.
that it's more relevant now than it would be
Yeah.
even back then. Because like back then, I feel like there were cases like that, but that was more so isolated, right?
Exactly. Exactly. And to jump on that, that's why that movie was so like raw back then, because it's like, oh shit, like there's people out there like this. Like that's kind of but now, like you said, it's literally like everybody's like this now.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, no, like but for directors, like you said, like that's the interesting thing about growing up, and you grow up and you realize what you like about things, and like it's kind of like Tarantino. He's like when you grow up, first of all, you like Tarantino because he's cool and
Right.
he's transgressive and he does all this cool violence shit. And then you grow up and you're like, well, Tarantino kind of sucks actually. You have this like Tarantino sucks period, but then you go back to like, no, Tarantino's actually pretty awesome for what he does. Like,
100%. I feel like that's a very
you know,
natural progression.
yeah, yeah, it's a pretty funny progression. Like, I feel like I've really like rounded off my film. Like I know what I like now, and I
Right.
know what affects me, and I know my taste. So like I feel like I don't really get caught up in the hype of things anymore. Like like I just because I feel like it's kind of hard. Like after you watch something, when you read the discourse, you
Oh
kind
yeah.
of you kind of you can kind of get swayed by stuff sometimes.
Right.
But I just feel like that doesn't happen as much anymore with me.
No,
So
because like I feel it's I think it's so true nowadays where it's like you can tell that a lot of the responses, it's like they're not genuine,
yeah,
right? A
yeah,
lot of people who are most of the people who are critiquing these things, they're
yeah.
not engaging with them on any level of depth.
Yeah, yeah, it's true.
It's
It's
just like
true.
it's all like surface level stuff. Our overall our media literacy has gone down, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And I
and
do think it's actually very interesting that you bring up like the how things are like designed in the past are more relevant now,
yeah,
especially with Taxi Driver, because I think like the isolation is more prevalent now
yeah.
due to all of the social media and the hyper connectivity that we have, where it's
Oh
like
yeah,
we're so exposed to disingenu whatever
disingenuine. Yeah, is that even? I
it's
know,
a
I know what you meant.
multi
Yeah,
it's a multi-syllabic phrase for fake
yeah,
people, right? So it's like we're surrounded by that, and it's a lot of
yeah,
surface level stuff. So it's we kind of like phase it out. We don't really
yeah,
when we're scrolling on like social media, people are only engaging with like the headline, and we learn to do that with like people,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And
And the other
with our
thing,
media.
yeah, yeah,
So you were
yeah.
saying?
No, I was getting no. So sorry, I cut you off. Cut you off there.
No, but I'm just like it's very interesting because I think it's just like it showcases the relationship between film and society, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Where and how it reflects that and why it's important, which is why I'm trying to do what I'm trying to do. Where we can amplify voices like yours, right?
Hmm.
Where so what are you working on? Because you're working on a film yourself. You just
Yeah,
published it, right?
yeah. So yeah. So for this film, how this all came about was, I was talking with my, my film partner, my film partner CJ, and my friend, and he was basically telling me like, man, like, you got to get into acting, you got to do this stuff, and I never really like throughout my entire life, I never really gave it a try. Like even in university, like I did a business course instead of an arts course. So he
Right,
was telling me like, let's do something. Let's get your demo reel together. But I have no tape. I have no um like I have nothing for my demo reel, right? So
right.
what we decided to do was just literally just make shit on our own so that I could have stuff for a demo reel. So I literally told him, all right, I'm gonna come up with this idea. We're gonna film it, and yeah, that's what we've been doing. Literally, I came up with the script for a little short film, a little jokey film. And as actually my girlfriend and I came up with it together.
I love that.
And yeah, no, we were so it was actually funny. We were at her cottage, her grandparents' cottage, and we were like, man, it'd be so great to film something here. And she came up with this idea, like I was coming up with the idea of like, what if we were two spies trying to do something? And she was like, well, what if we were two spies and we're trying to kill the same guy? I thought that was a funny idea, right? So I took it, kind of changed it into like a more of like a Mr. and Mrs. Smith sort of
Right,
SNL skit type of thing. I wrote the script, ended up being 14, 15 pages, something like that. CJ got everything together and we filmed it. We filmed it on a day in April, and I took a couple months to edit it because it was my first editing job and I was terrible at it at first. But I have managed to piece everything together, and it literally is going to be released tomorrow,
oh,
Saturday,
wow,
under my company or my production company, Shutters Media. So we're
fantastic.
launching that, and it's
All right,
full
perfect.
force, man. Yeah,
That's awesome. That's awesome. I love it. I love it.
yeah.
Yeah. So like, okay. So how long was this process? Because I think that's important. Like the getting started part, it can always be so hard, right? But
Hmm.
it's also
Hmm.
like you need to get that once that first roadblock is over with, right?
Yeah,
You start to see things like moving, right?
yeah. Exactly. No, and that's the one thing. I mean, it seems really daunting and hard at first, right? And I guess like CJ and I have a lot of connections, like film
Right.
connections. So if we need actors, we can find actors. If we need this, we can find that. So
Right.
that made it a little bit less daunting. But still, you still have to get all the actors together. You still have to find the equipment. And CJ and I, so when this started, I think CJ and I first started talking about this back in February. It's
Right.
February when we started talking about it. I finished the script. Um, I finished the script. I think I wrote it in about 3 sessions, 3 or 4 sessions.
Oh,
Like I
wow.
sat down and wrote it, 4 times. I sat down and wrote, and it was done on the fourth time. The next, the next few weeks was CJ and I kind of going back and forth, trying to make sure the script was good.
Right.
Um, just make sure it was solid. And then after that, we kind of started on the production phase. So literally immediately once we finished uh the script, once I finished the script, we got started on the production phase.
Right.
And production phase didn't really last that long. We set a date for April. My girlfriend Bronwyn played the other role, and we got one other person to play the other role, so it wasn't that hard. I guess with this production, it wasn't that huge of a film, right? It was almost an experiment, a very
Right.
small short film to see if we could do
Right.
it. So the turnaround time was pretty quick. So I would say from February to about July.
Right.
Um, I think that the next time we do it, it'll definitely be shorter because we know a lot of the pitfalls, and I just know
Exactly.
how
Right.
things will turn out. But yeah, a few months to for a finished product there.
Yeah, that's perfect because I think a lot of people when they first look at trying to start something new, they'll be overwhelmed by the size of it because they're looking so far down the line. They don't see how to make it into a digestible approach, right?
Exactly.
But I think going smaller, figuring out how to go smaller that's always a good thing, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so yeah, how are you feeling about the project? How is
Oh
everybody
man.
around everybody feeling?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. Like I'm feeling really good. Like, dude, like it's not even just like, okay, of course the film you're gonna see it tomorrow.
Right,
But of course the film it's not The Godfather. You know what I mean? It's not Taxi Driver,
right,
right? It's not like some uh perfect thing, right? But I think what I'm proud of, what I'm proud of both CJ and I is that like we said we wanted to do this thing. We came together. We sat down. We said, "Screw it. We're gonna do it." We got the script together. We got the production together. We filmed it. We edited it. We colorized it. We got it all done, and it feels like an accomplishment. It feels like we really went out and finished something. It feels like I really like made it through the ringer and finished something. And I'm feeling great because I also know that like I know it's gonna be much easier going forward.
right.
I know it's gonna be much easier. Like, like there was a lot of things that we missed, a lot of things that we messed up, and I think I'm gonna mess up a lot less on the next time around.
You know
you
what?
know?
I don't think messing up is even a bad thing, right? Because like all of those missteps are what are giving you that confidence now, right?
Exactly.
Because like
Exactly.
you being able
Exactly.
to solve that in the first place, you're like, oh wait, I can handle the shit. It's
Yep.
not that big
Yep.
of a
Yep.
deal. I know what I
Yep.
need to do, and I'll just do it way less stress next time, right? And you
Yep.
keep building on
Exactly.
it, right? So
Exactly.
it should feel like an accomplishment because it is, right? That's
Yeah.
fantastic. That's huge, right?
It
And it's
feels
like
good. Thanks, man. Like it feels amazing. It feels insane.
you created that yourself. Like there
Yeah.
is a difference between like working for somebody else and being
Yeah.
like, I have my vision in my mind. Let me create it. Right?
Yeah. See, that's the thing that about this whole process that I found honestly was insane. Like I literally I thought of this thing. I literally thought of all the dialogue. I thought of all the everything. I wrote it down, and we like it literally came to life. Like that's the insane part about it. Like you think something, and then literally it literally came to life. That's so crazy to me to think about. So that just makes it even more addicting, to make something. Because now I know, like, it's funny because like when I was writing it, there's a lot of things I was like, this won't be funny. This is gonna be stupid. Then when we filmed it, no, it actually worked. It's actually not terrible, So that just gives me more confidence to be like, no, no, I can do this, and I could like after that movie, I have so many ideas that I'm just like, okay, I can actually do that. I can actually do this. I can actually do
It's
it.
huge.
So
Yeah.
so
Sometimes because I think it's really cool that you said tax driver because that's so topical, man. Because it's just like
yeah,
it is the idea of self sabotage where it's like
yeah,
you oftentimes you have to just get out of your own way, right?
yeah,
And
yeah,
it's like you have whatever talent, you have whatever skills. It's just that
yeah.
you're saying that you can't do it, even though you fully
Exactly.
can.
Exactly. And what you said about society and Taxi Driver is so true too, because if you remember at the end of the movie, like I actually when I first watched Taxi Driver, I thought that the end of the movie was fake. You know how he's in the taxi and he looks back and the girl's like looking at him and he's like I can't remember what she says, but she's like she basically likes him again even
Right,
after he'd been all weird and stuff. And
right.
I remember thinking, oh, that's his dream. That's his
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
his
yeah.
dream, that what he wanted to happen. But Scorsese actually came out and said like, no, that is real. That's actually reality. And that just changes everything because if you think about it, it's like okay, he was a creep and he was a weirdo when he took her to this porn theater and he when he was being aggressive and he was weird. But after he kills people, the right people, which was the gangsters and
Right.
these people who are doing prostitution, he kills the right people. All of a sudden, the whole city loves him. It's such a strange. It's a very strange thing that I feel like is a very like topical thing today. It's like killing is allowed nowadays. Like horrible things is allowed if you do it to the right people.
Well,
It's
one of my hot
thing.
takes is that I don't think that I don't think that people can really be canceled anymore. Where it's just like I think that the way that the world works with technology is that it works on the principle of absolute
Yeah,
attention, right? Where like good attention or bad
yeah,
attention is still attention, right? And attention
yeah,
it is unfortunately like money, right? It's value, right?
yeah,
So it's
yep,
like
yep,
like that's why you can have somebody who can like you can be in a position of power while being super hated, right? So it
Oh yeah.
definitely
Oh
is
yeah.
very reflective of real life, right?
Oh yeah.
So
Absolutely.
we're just gonna finish off right now.
Hmm.
So
All right.
our last question is
Yep.
where is the best version of yourself do you see, and like how are you reaching those steps, right? Because like making this movie is part of it, putting it out.
Hmm.
But, like where
Yeah.
is the best version of yourself? Like, how do you see that? Like, are you being like, oh, I'm like I am like the next Scorsese, right? Or you're
Oh
like,
yeah. Yeah. No. 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 So okay. Yeah. Yeah. No. That's actually so the best version of myself
right,
is I see myself. I don't have delusions of grandeur, right? I don't want to be the next Scorsese. Well, if I was the next Scorsese, that would be nice, right?
right,
If I could get to that level of talent and freaking like skill, if I deserve to be the next Scorsese, then that would be great, right? But
right,
my aspirations is really I would love to see myself acting in TV shows, in movies. I would love to see myself directing, doing anything in the TV or film sphere. And I that's literally just working in the TV and film sphere. I
right,
think that is the best version of me. Doing anything creative, anything artistic, and creating artistic value. That's it. Like I will. That is the best version of me. I don't care what I'm doing. Like I could literally be like the camera guy working on. I don't even know. Like literally the
right.
most low ranking guy, and I'd be happy with that. You
No,
know.
I get
So
that. That's huge. Because, like, you
yeah,
know what? As I get older and I see like construction sites and I see like buildings being built from scratch, right? Like you
yeah.
see like the like in the Pat Bailey Square, where it's like that used to be like a hill, right? And
Oh
now
yeah, yeah,
it's like a whole like condo now, right? It's like a whole
yeah, yeah,
complex,
yeah.
right? And it's like I see the
Crazy.
construction guys working on that. I'm like, all right, I think it would be cool to be like, I helped build that, right?
Yeah,
So I definitely see that for the filmmaking process. I think
yeah, man.
you'll end up doing a bit more than that, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah,
100% because you're doing it yourself. You're not just like you're not letting the world come to you.
yeah.
You're creating it yourself, right? So
And
you're
that's
dictating
the
that.
last thing. That's the last thing I'll say is that all these years I've been doing stuff for other people, under other people's production companies, whether it be you like my cousin's company or my other friend's company. And like I was always good, but I always felt a little kind of like I couldn't do everything I wanted to do, you know, like
Right.
I kind of had to like pass it through someone else because
Mhm.
obviously it's them making it, right? It's not me. But now that I kind of have control over what I want to make, I feel a lot more excited and happy to sort of to continue, you know?
You can see it, man. You should feel it.
Yeah.
I hope that translates into your artwork perfectly. I
Yeah,
love
man.
that this is happening for you. Like it's not happening to you. It's happening because you're making it happen. That's huge.
Yeah, yeah, man. Thanks, man. Yeah.
So I appreciate your time today.
Yes, man. Like
Yeah.
this was a good convo, man. Like this was good. No, this was good. This was good.
I appreciate that. Super validating. So yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate your time today.
Thanks, man. And you're good.
I
You
wish
got good
you.
questions, and you do a good like you get deep. Like I like that. I like that. You get deep. I like that.
That's what my that's why I'm doing this stuff, man. Because I'm like,
Yeah, man.
where are my best assets? So I gotta use them appropriately, right? You're gonna
Yeah,
be on
yeah,
the screen. I'm gonna be asking those questions.
yeah, man. Like that's you facilitate a good convo, man. This is yeah, this is cool.
All right, cool. I definitely appreciate that. Thank you so much. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, man.
You too, man.
Oh, okay, yeah, never mind. Bye.
Yeah.
I was
What?
gonna ask, is it the brown one that I would know?
The what?
The brown one that that like I would know, or
No, no, no. No, no, no. She's from.
I don't
Well,
recognize her.
you don't recognize her? No,
No.
yeah. No, no. She's not. She's not from. She's not from Ajax.
Okay. Okay.
She's from like. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah, yeah.
Thank you so much. Congratulations. Have
All
a
right,
great
we'll
day.
talk, man. We'll talk. All right.
Bye.
Peace.